What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here. Episode 28 of Stormforge. We're back, baby.
Sorry, Drak waved and nobody.
I keep forgetting. It's just on instinct. I'm like, hi. Oh, no one can see me. Well, I'm waving at my
It
friend
was so
Sam,
cute.
Robe, and
I was
Ed.
like, oh, wait. That's for us.
It warmed all of us.
That's right, folks. You can't see him, but we can.
Heart grew 3 sizes that big.
They can hear my wave. It's fine.
What would that sound like?
Like
Hey. That's wind. It's not a wave.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's
I'm
good
not
to be
saying
back.
Drak's the avatar, but
Bigger
Well, you never seen me and Avatar in the same room, so I really think about
true.
that.
That clap back. I love it. We are almost all back together as our lovely friend Bife is still resting his voice from whatever hag he encountered that cursed him several weeks ago. So, well wishes. He says he thinks after Christmas, it should be back to be all the sultry tones of our favorite Destiny man. So, he will be without us this week. So Kaivar's voice box will be broken for one more week.
No.
Who's got big announcements? It's been 2 weeks. I bet that Drak has probably no less than 6 projects that he can't talk about for 2024. But I'm here for it.
I think I have some projects I can talk about.
Yes.
If you've been following me on Twitter, you know that I'm the producer and co-editor. I don't know if that's an actual term, but I'm going to say it. Co-editor of Beyond the Brook. Episode 2 episodes have been aired so far. They've been incredible. I'm going to have episode 3 this week on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So keep an eye out for that. That's on Stellar Luna channel. That's STELLALUNA on Twitch and on YouTube, I believe. I think it's Stellar Luna on YouTube or Stellar Luna TV on YouTube. One or the other. If it has a corgi as an icon, that's the right one. Also, I guess we can announce it. It's no secret I'm part of it. On Stella's channel in January, early January, we haven't announced the exact date yet. But early January, we're going to be premiering with a new campaign called Our Lives After. We've been releasing teasers of character art and some quotes from different nations in the world we're going to be playing in. But if you want to hear more about that, follow Stellar Luna, I believe Stellar Luna TV on Twitter, Stellar Luna on Twitch to find out more about that and keep up to date about the announcements. I think that's all. Yes.
That he can talk about now.
That I can remember right now, to be honest with you. I feel like there's more, but I can't remember.
That's valid. Oh no, I didn't have an announcement. I was just commenting on Drak.
Just as Drak said, go check out Beyond the Brook every Friday. It's wonderful. Episode 3 coming out this Friday. Everyone has worked so hard on it. Drak more than most. But yeah, it's truly Herculean effort behind the scenes to deliver it to you week in and week out. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very special 10 episodes. So please join us for the rest. It's great, if I say so myself. And also, maybe it might be worth keeping an eye on the Eden Falls Twitter profile. Maybe sometime in the future there might be some cool stuff on there. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
And also, there might be some activity on the RP Geeks channel around February time as well, so go check that out as well. RP Geeks, they're running some great campaigns in the meantime, but yeah, you might see some familiar faces over there towards the beginning of the year as well. That's everything from me.
Actually, that reminds
also
me.
want to...
Oh,
go ahead. No,
you go first.
you-
Finish up, and then I'll
Okay.
go.
Yes, just I always keep forgetting to do this. With Beyond the Brook, we also were sponsored by Die Hard Dice and Frivolous Bear Studios, and Die Hard Dice have made some custom dice for our campaign. There's some custom Beyond the Brook Epoch dice you can get. Get it quick because they're all limited edition. There are very few in circulation, and I think several of them have been sold out to Ed's chagrin.
I was
So limited.
I wanted one of them.
The cast can't even get them.
It's so limited. The cast is struggling to get it. So get in there as soon as you can. Die Hard Dice, you can just Google there and search for Beyond the Brook or Over the Garden Wall, because they have some Over the Garden Wall inspired dice as well. So you can get those. If you want to buy any of those or use the code BROOK, BROOK, a portion of the sales of that goes to the cast as well. So that's also a great way to get some cool dice for the holidays and also support us in what we're doing.
Huzzah.
My turn. Speaking of RP Geeks, I will be on their channel at the beginning of the new year too for something.
Oh.
I just accepted it yesterday, so I don't know much. I just know that.
Okay. Literally yesterday. Perfect.
I think like January 9th.
Top secret double probation.
Maybe. I don't know if it's top secret or not. I just know I accepted yesterday and haven't read anything, so I don't know. But I'll be over there for some things and stuff too, which is kind of cool. Also, I need to announce this because it's very important. It is not relevant to anything other than the fact that this is a bragging right, but I beat Drak at Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
It was my second game ever, and I annihilated. Actually, that's not true.
It wasn't an annihilation.
It was. I mean, the last part was actually.
The last part was okay.
Pretty nasty.
It was pretty rough.
Was it brawl standard or just head to head in EDH?
It was commander.
Okay.
It was just commander. Yeah, we're playing. It was 4-player, and then it went 3-player, and then Sula had to leave, so that went down to 2. And it was just me and Sam. And I think we played for an extra 2 hours after Sula.
And I had a sponsor stream to set up for, and I was like, we got to be quick. And so I pulled all my stops out and was like, all of this, and did like 32 damage right at the end, and just destroyed everything.
Look, now that we've played that, I'm gonna bring out my Missy deck, and I'm gonna play for real this
I don't know what that means.
Pre-con.
I didn't even know it was this deck. It was my first time. I played vampires though; they were fun.
Yeah, I played fairies. It was vampires versus fairies.
What vampires?
Elanda, I think, was my commander.
Yeah, Elanda's a pain. Elanda was what messed me up. Because every time I'd take out Elanda, I'd forget that Elanda becomes more vampires.
You gave me 12 fledglings,
with
and then you gave me 16 fledglings, and then it just got worse
every
and
time.
worse and worse.
I board wiped, and I'm like, yes, I board wiped. I'm like, oh,
and I'm like,
no.
and I have plus 16. Let's pull out these vampires.
So if you guys come by the Voodoo Ranger booth at PAX East, West, or Unplugged, we will have a bunch of the Jumpstart decks. This is our new thing to do for us. We go over on the floor and buy a whole bunch of the Jumpstart decks and then have them back there for us to play on and just randomly pick up. So nobody has to worry about like, oh, I forgot my deck or this or that. And it's super fun. We usually have Magic Night with us, but every now and then somebody forgets to bring it. So we're like, oh, we can just go over there and buy a bunch of jump starts. And it is super fun because nobody knows what you're what you're playing with. So it's just a fun
that's why you just don't have a deck.
Yeah.
Works for me so far.
Heck yeah. that is the spirit of Magic.
Listen, I want to remix Sam.
I'm hella competitive. I pick up quickly.
Anyone else with big announcements? Freedom. So we'll give the big one over here. Everybody can enjoy our live shows now ad-free until we take our break. So no one out there in the community should be interrupted anymore during our storytelling. We will do all of our ad loading on break, so you guys won't miss a thing, even if you're not subbed. So welcome, new folks. No more 3-minute laps in your RP, and I appreciate all of you watching those ads in the middle because it is the primary way where we get support around here. So thank you guys very, very, very much. we also have lowered gold redemptions. You guys can get stream loots packs roughly one a week for lurking over in the channel. So we appreciate all of our lurkers that hang out and let us be visible throughout the week while new people discover us. So thank you guys very much. You are rewarded with much stream loots cards, and we need them desperately. So thank you. Also, we're going into the holidays. So I don't believe that we will, or no, it's the 27th. Are people going to be in town? Will Stormforge actually be back to back?
I'm free.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
lovely. We get to do this, and hopefully we have Bife back, so we are unaffected. However, Marrow Strand is officially on its break. It doesn't meet back until January 16th. So it's a long way. It is a full month break on them. But if you didn't catch last night, I thoroughly encourage you to do so. And then we'll have a little bit of break after this week with Rise of the Black Worm. It will actually, it depends if I do something actually on my birthday on the 28th or not. I don't think I will. I'll probably just play D&D. And Galadleron will be off this week, obviously, because it is Christmas Eve here in the States. So we won't see those folks back until New Year's, which I'm totally playing D&D on New Year's. It's the best possible thing to do on the planet. Yeah, so not too many breaks this year, and I'm excited because last year, between OGL and trying to start 3 campaigns at once, it felt like we just didn't have D&D until February. So
And Meteorian Core, yeah, we were out.
ugh, brutal.
That was also the TOF one that we stopped on. And it was like, it's not the holidays, it's the issue. We just couldn't schedule.
It was so brutal. And I don't have a link to the video. Shameless self-plug for Becca, but Becca DM'd at DreamHack for T-Pain this weekend, and I haven't seen it.
Jolly.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I don't know. I don't know where the link is. I'm gonna find the link at some point in time, and I'll post it inside the Discord. I promise. But yes, I want to see all the chaos that was that table and her.
Ridiculous as a player. Like, there's no way T-Pain isn't just chaos incarnate.
And
100%. And mixed
and
with
cheese.
Lou Wilson
Oh.
as well.
Yeah.
Very excited that came out of DreamHack. As someone who's been behind the scenes with, like, I don't know how many failed activations from DreamHack, I am so happy. So happy that some level of awesome TTRPG happened. You'll never know. Chat, you'll never know just how many times those conversations have happened with that convention. So I am super excited. But other than that, I have one last plug. Yes, I will be setting up for 2024. I will be finally setting up a throne over here on the channel, but it's not for me. It's for my little rapscallions. So if you all that have been asking me to put up a throne forever, cool, you can buy as much stuff for my nephews as you want. I don't need any physical things at all over at my house. Your viewage is enough to sustain me and my turkey Sammies, but you can buy as many owlbear plushies and Young Adventurers guides as you want for my nephews. Go ham. I will continue to post videos of them asking me questions adorably about monsters in D&D. I have no qualms about this. So I'm going to have that set up for the nephews, and you'll get gorgeous little pictures of them geeking out over stuff. And my last announcement, if you guys are playing on Foundry, and this is a system agnostic, even though it was designed by Pathfinder, I spent all the time this last weekend to get myself acquainted with the Hero deck and can officially do readings. Oh, it's chef's kiss. You can put it on your 5th edition game. You can put it on Pathfinder. It'll literally teach you how to do the readings and it is fantastic. I can't stress it enough. We had so much fun, and the players being able to see it in front of their eyes. Oh my God. It is just, and for those that didn't see it on Galadron, I will show it to you right now, because it is just everything that I've ever wanted out of it. And I'm gonna make Sam, I'm gonna make you the participant right now, just to show it off.
I don't know what this means.
It is a tarot deck that you're able to do readings on inside the game.
Okay,
And
as long as it's a good reading, because I just had a reading and it was the best reading I've ever had. So I'm counting on that, and if you counter that, I'm gonna be upset.
Well, that's crazy. This one just literally just says Loluphia dies. It's real. It's
Man, again?
It just literally just says
This-
that. That's the direction to leave.
Yeah, this online reading only affects your online life, so it shouldn't affect much. It's fine.
So I lose all my friends. Okay. Cool. Didn't do the first time.
No, you'll just lose your next game of Magic. That's all it is.
Honestly, I can accept it.
Yeah,
I'm on a
you
streak
will.
right now. I'm kind of a menace to society. I should be stopped.
I will stop you.
And by that, I'm
Yes, you did.
hoping my threat challenges people play with me.
so
Uh,
look at
bring
this.
vampires.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, it is. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, it's so pretty.
it is gorgeous.
Ooh.
So Sam, hover over and choose a card. I'm not going to actually sit here and do a full reading. I just want to show it off.
Oh. In the future.
Wait, what does this mean?
The marriage.
Wait,
love the
not the
creepy
card
baby.
being literally Loluphia and Kallisto
Yeah.
in this.
Oh.
How is this
You've got
us?
Loluphia's hair.
So, at the very beginning, it asks you, what you're, trying. What are you looking for? What is it that you're trying to glean? So you pick between a standard set. Hammers is basically for battle and honor, and then there's key, shields, books, stars, and crowns. Crowns is your emotional family, and you drew the marriage card.
Yeah, I hovered over and I was like, oh, let's go with a negative future.
Negative future?
Yes.
Here's
Why
what-
is that the
That's
card?
not good.
No.
we're gonna.
Okay.
we're-
I don't want to see
well
the rest
then.
of the reading, honestly.
I'm going to totally save this over to the side now.
No. This is not being played in the real game.
Oh, yes,
We're
this
not
is-
manifesting this.
Farouk is pulling out the cards.
Oh my
It's 100%.
Myshkin actually has something called a Harrow deck. So I don't know, we can do some card stuff.
Oh my god.
Yep, putting that off to the side over here. Yes, and you can get that over through Foundry Shop. And like I said, system agnostic. Have fun with it, because there's nothing better than telling someone's past, present, and future when you're the DM and know their background, control their present, and could potentially influence their future. It's fantastic. Anybody
Who's
else with
down
announcements?
to be out for another week?
Oh, we need to pick up off of the ridiculous fight the dragon to the north, as you guys have been pushing closer and closer and closer until finally arriving at the crash site here in the Forgotten Lands. Duking it out with this dragon of pure arcane energy manifested from the souls that left their bodies to move that recycling center all the way from Stormforge to here. Releasing those souls, you have found an odd amalgamation of a beating dragon's heart combined with machine. You guys have surveyed the land. Kaivar still reeling from the breath weapon of that dragon. Malfunctioning his speaking box. We pick back up in the moments, still out in the field.
Myshkin
Kallisto-
just waits to see what Kallisto does.
Honestly, Kallisto doesn't do much at all. I think he still sat from where he fell. The snow around him melting and steaming off of him as he is slowly cooling down. We can definitely see that in that fight, he's almost overheated to some extent, and is just focused on their breathing, trying to cool himself off. It feels nothing like when lava would just leak from his arm, but it feels like a fever that he's currently trying to fight off as he sat there.
Myshkin walks in the direction of you, Loluphia, somewhat sheepishly, and sorry I hit you. I didn't mean to, obviously. Are you all right?
You catch her sitting there, probably patting at ashes that are within her garb right now. And as it falls to the ground, she's just dusting it off, looks back at you. Yes, I'm fine.
Good. Do you need any help at all, or you all
No.
right?
I'm
Okay,
fine,
yes.
Myshkin.
Yes. Okay. And just steps back and looks over towards where Kallisto is sat in the ground and almost makes to go for him. And then thinks better of it and just decides to, just go take a look over here. And moves in the direction of, I presume, the still present heart of the dragon.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's picked it up. It's still laying across that stone.
Okay. He'll leave the couple to their own devices and go and try and investigate this strange amalgam of flesh and metal.
It looks pretty damaged there, buddy.
Still, there might be something that we can glean. And is there anything that Myshkin can ascertain from this?
Go ahead and roll your perception check.
Okay. Come on. Roll. It's not letting me roll, so I'm gonna do it manually. So D20 and plus.
This is such a strange amalgamation. You don't really know where to start. The heart has stopped beating finally. But still, it is much like the arm that you conceal. very foreign how quickly this artifice piece has formed with the biological flesh.
This is beyond my ken. But not unlike that which we have seen before, I suppose.
Is this what would have happened if you didn't escape that machine?
I would imagine so. Strange to think there are those who would give themselves over to this willingly.
I don't think that dragon did.
Nor the souls inside, I would wager.
Agreed.
There's something that bothers me, Farouk. The silent gear. So long as I have known them, so long as I have pursued them, they have never dabbled in the arcane. And true, this seems to be a punishment of sort for magic users, trapping their souls, but still, it rubs up against the walls of the ethereal and the magical. I wonder.
What if what we're dealing with isn't the silent gear? What if it's something new?
I wonder if it might have something to do with their alliance with the Voshborg. Potentially.
Voshborg. The epitome of unnatural. One thing is to create a new world. And an image of us inside a machine. And another is to tamper with our own individual creation. I
It
agree.
seems our enemies, whoever they are, appear to be embracing the unfamiliar in order to progress their goals, whatever they may be.
Indeed. Myshkin, what happened to you? What happened so quick? Do you think that this crash site, this is just a continuation of unintended consequences? No one actually set out to create this arcane dragon of northern lights. Just experimental technology thrown out in the world, and it manifests this. All for what? I don't even know what they've created. The lives that it cost. I fear what we might see.
Could do so? Or do you believe machinery could do such a thing? Act of its own accord?
I think there are many things from multiple parties that we do not understand yet, Myshkin. But I am scared of the abominations that they are creating. None of this is natural. Whatever they're trying to do, they've thrown caution to the wind and they don't care about the consequences. That's what worries me.
Myshkin nods silently, and though you cannot see it beneath his burlap cloak, he strokes kind of in an unsettled way, just his forearms, where even now these black prawns, these porcupine-like spines stick out from his last encounter with the Silent Gear, and they seem to bristle, almost like goose pimples across his flesh. The feeling is uncomfortable, like stepping into a cold shower. I am equally unnerved. Let us not spend any more time here than we need to. If we can find answers quickly, then we move.
Indeed. Faroük will turn over to Kaivar, who is laid up against that scorched rock. Hey there, big guy. I know your voice box is not in good shape, but just rest a while. We all need to take a quick breather before we go any further. If you need anything, just tap me on the shoulder. Okay? Completely unknowing of any psychic link that he's had previously with anyone else in the party, Faroük lovingly tries to make simple sign language.
Oh, I love that. Lolly would kind of scoot closer toward Kallisto, not saying anything initially, just kind of looking at what he's doing before reaching out. And is there anything I can help with? Are you okay?
Kallisto has been sat in the snow since the dragon fell. And the entire time, his eyes have been locked on the body, or at least the place where the body of the dragon had been. And he turns when you approach and looks at you. And for a moment, you think there's something off, and then you realize for a split second, with the way his brows are furrowed, that it's almost like he's looking at a stranger.
At me?
Yes, at Loluphia. And then...
Let's see if I noticed that. I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of being down myself. I think barely she would notice it. And almost kind of pull away for a moment and just sit back in the snow, not reaching toward him. What is it? Kallisto?
And for a moment he doesn't respond. He's just staring. And you can read Kallisto. It's almost like he's trying to piece something together. And he looks away from you, then around at his surroundings. Like for a moment, not only does he not recognize you, but he doesn't recognize where he is. And then all of a sudden he lets out a long sigh. He lets out more air than should be in him. And you see the hot steam leave his mouth. And as that happens, you see almost a confusion, the color confusion leave his eyes as well, as he suddenly breathes in air, almost as if he's breathing in air for the first time for a long time.
Kallisto? Hey. And she would get closer, and at this point, she would actually press her hand against your chest, like checking your heart rate almost, or checking to see how your breathing is. Are you all right? Are you okay?
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes.
Do you know who you are?
Yes. I'm
What's your name?
Kallisto. Kallisto,
Okay.
are you okay? And you'll touch your
Don't worry
face.
about me.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. And she would grab your hand with hers and kind of lower it back down and squeeze your hand. Which hand is this? Is it the one attached to?
He would have touched both of your face with both his hands.
Okay, then she would
so
have
whichever one. Yeah.
grabbed both. Is there something significant about the rock one right now?
It's warm. I think all of him is warm. His flesh hand is definitely warmer, like someone is coming down from a fever, and the one that made of rock is almost like it's been in the sun for a while, but cooling down pretty quickly in this snow.
Holding your hands then, but not looking down, not breaking eye contact. She would be looking at you, even if you broke eye contact with her, and you would just feel the coolness of air, kind of as she's trying to cool you down, almost as if somebody placing you in like a tepid bath to cool down a fever, in a sense. But it encapsulates our hands, and it goes up your body, only halfway up the right arm, but fully up your left arm and up the shoulder, just to add that bit of coolness. And just, I want you to breathe. It's okay. And she's taking in these deep breaths in a way that she wants you to mimic, just a, all right, and then out.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And the air dissipates as you do this, as if being absorbed into your body, giving it the oxygen and the coolness that it needs.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm okay. That fall
right.
hurts a little bit, I'll be honest.
Well, I didn't see you fall, but I'm assuming it was the exact same fall that I felt.
Yeah.
She would release her hands from yours and just sit back.
Is everyone else okay?
We're looking around. How far away did Myshkin walk away?
I think we're all in a kind of
Not
a
that far.
40.
Just to...
Oh, wait, no. There's a delay. Say something, Ed?
Hello?
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, not terribly far. Only as far as the Dragon Heart is. So, I don't know, 20? 25 feet?
Okay, so very much
Makes sense, yeah.
within line of sight. And you two just look like you're standing together next and or near to Kaivar. How does Kilthud look? Was Kilthud injured? He was okay, right?
Kilthud came out looking like a rose out of all this compared to everybody else.
That's our Kilthud. What is he doing?
Kilthud is probably taking a breather, sitting over on one of the empty stones as well. Just checking himself out to see if he actually is unscathed as he thinks he is, or if it's just the cold over the time numbing his own skin.
Seeing that, Lolly would kind of cock her head toward Kilthud, and I'm gonna step over and see if he needs some assistance. As she says, just pushing her hands into the snow beneath her before pushing herself up. I'm just looking at you with a concern. But you know, it's like a lovingly, I'll be right back. She walks over to Kilthud. Well, don't you look great? It's almost as if your food really is magic, she says, approaching him and just placing her hands on him and beginning to do what he's used to, her healing.
You don't
did well.
know how good that feels right now.
Well, according to the interaction between my powers and this wound right here, looking great, by the way. I think it feels great.
Wally, I'll be honest. Every day that I'm not a particle of stardust from almost being blown out of the sky when we first encountered this damn thing has been a blessing.
Well, you did great.
I barely did anything. Felt like I was
Well,
rolling out
you
of the
didn't
way of the
die.
damn thing the entire time. No,
Maybe that's something I could learn.
someone has to be bold.
Yeah, couldn't be me. I would never, she says, pressing into one last of his wounds before pulling away.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I can
It'll
feel that
better,
one.
It'll feel better.
No.
That's why I saved it for last. You're fine. It's okay. And she pulls away.
That one
I'm
always
telling you,
gets me.
that part I can't fix.
It's like a reflex when you. It's all right. Just being a baby. I'll get this
You have a
rigging
right
set
to
up.
feel this way.
No, we don't have any time to spare. It's what we. I'm gonna get this
At this
rigging
point-
set up.
Time's a little wild.
Anakin. I think I've seen enough on this mountainside for once, but we haven't even explored the damn thing yet. Probably the weirdest is ahead of ourselves, and I don't know what to make out of that. Whatever the hell that is over on the rock. I'm going to let that sink in for a little bit, but I'm going to make sure, first of all, that we don't hurt ourselves trying to go further into God knows what.
You need any help? I don't have much else to do right now.
Throws a big lump of cord over your way. Yeah. We need that counted out. We need to make sure we got 100 feet apiece here. And you need to
Alright.
promise me that if you see something that looks like that, as he points over to the dragon heart, you get the hell out of there.
Well, obviously, I'm not gonna go try to make friendly with it.
You know what I mean.
All right. And she just takes this lump of cord, just kind of plops it down before her as she sits there on the ground. All right, check on everybody else. I'll do this. She gets to the count.
Kallisto takes a beat as he watches Loluphia walk over to Kelsad and then gets onto his feet. And in all honesty, he's very quickly notices how damp he is as the snow kind of melted off of him and around him. And sighs and walks on over to where Myshkin and Faroük are standing by the dragon heart. And looks down at this thing, just goes, "Figured anything out?"
Nothing on our end. Only that it is obviously unnatural. But Farouk had some thought.
I'm just perplexed that these things, Kallisto, I don't think anyone intended to create this. We saw how quickly those machines tried to take over Myshkin's body. When that arcane magic threw this entire recycling center out into the Forgotten Lands and slammed into the side of this mountain, I think we're getting unintended consequences for what they're trying to create. Myshkin has said it himself. The Silent Gear has never been adjacent to so much magic before in their existence. Their creed is literally responsible to show a world where magic doesn't exist. Yet here we are, looking at this. Those poor souls. They gave their lives all for this. I don't understand it. It's all so unnerving and unnatural. Myshkin has to be right. The Voshborg has to have played some role in this. whether they know the unintended consequences or not.
This does seem like something the Voshborg would be interested in. They, unlike many, they dabble in machinery and magic with no real hesitation, in my opinion, thought behind it.
But it also means that, and Myshkin looks over in the direction of the crater and the depths, the dark, dark depths within. There's clearly something worth hiding down there. To have gone to such lengths.
So far away.
There's no guarantee you'll stay far away.
Very true. Or that we will be alone down there, if this heart is anything to go by.
There's no chance that we'll be alone. Look. All we can hope is that more of these machines are frozen in their place or destroyed. But I think we're starting to understand why they wanted this thing so far away.
So what I'm understanding is not so much fire down there.
If you're going to use fire, aim properly.
Noted. Then Myshkin just gives you a bit of a nod and starts heading over towards the crater.
This again takes a moment to just every so often try and catch his breath. He's not really doing any physical activity, nothing now anyway, but takes in a deep breath and then follows.
We spent a long time sitting in the snow. You learning to enjoy the sights a little bit, or?
I mean, I don't think I sat for too long. I did just get taken out by a dragon, so.
True. How are you finding life up here in the mountains? Other than treacherous, obviously.
Cold. Not a fan of the cold. But
So
it's been an experience. I haven't been out here this far out anyway before.
Myshkin just pulls back his makeshift sleeve, and for the first time in a while you can see between the bandages that surround the forearm just these black metal fronds coming out, and nodding from his arm to yours. How is yours doing?
Hot. It's not causing me any pain or anything, but it's definitely warm. But I suppose that's just the outcome of it sealing whatever's going on with my arm for now. And yours?
I don't know. I'm hoping to find some answers down there.
Honestly, you and me both. There's too many things going on, and if what Faroük says is true, that these are the unforeseen consequences of some actions, I'm worried about the intended result.
My thoughts exactly. Especially if these Voshborg are able to sway members of the Silent Gear out of a lifelong obsession, even if it is bending their creed ever so slightly.
Just keep an eye out. Whatever is down there is bound to be worse. And keep an eye out for smaller pieces. When we were coming up, I saw, thankfully frozen, but a piece of what can only describe as living metal, frozen in place, but definitely moving from the crater.
Do you think it would be too much of a risk to try and take a sample back to your parents?
We can think about it and discuss it when we get back. I don't want to bring the piece with me now before I thaw it with my body heat.
Understood.
Right, 100 are right here. I'm pretty sure I've counted it 20 times. Do you want to check, Kilthud?
No, it looks very well done, Ollie.
Thank you.
She says, not even looking up at him to see if he's even being sarcastic. She's very serious within her work.
All right.
Now what do we do with it?
I'm guessing we're climbing down.
Well, where did you come from?
She's
He will just kiss you on the top of your head. Just walking and talking with Myshkin.
Oh. Well, that's good. She says, looking at his expression. What's his expression right now?
It's
says that.
Business as usual. Like he doesn't seem like it's not like I just talked to my best friend, but it's not like I just talked with my enemy. It's more like I just talked to my co-worker, and we have an idea of what to go.
That
to
almost
do
feels
next.
worse. Just talking with my coworker.
I'd rather be dead.
Myshkin dies a bit inside.
I thought we were buddies finally.
Oh, savage arc.
It's not an arc, it's a roller coaster.
You bring this upon yourself. This is you.
It could
I'm a
be
cat.
anyone's roles.
You're an orange cat.
The fate just chooses
One brain
Myshkin.
cell.
Yeah.
If he makes one good crossroads, there will be evidently 2 cosmic steps back with unfortunate dice rolls.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
I'm
you've
glad
made
to
some
see
sort
it.
of infernal pact. It's
Maybe. She
All
stands
right.
up from all of these things.
Well, I just finished counting, so it looks like we've both had a great time.
Yeah. I look down at the chords as
There are 100 of them, I swear it.
Okay.
You don't
We
believe
do-
it, you? You
Hey,
count them then.
if Kallisto believes you, that's more than enough for me. He's probably the best survivalist we have right now.
Thank you.
Kelthud has several tubes. Very industrial, hard brown recycled tubing. About 8-10 inches in length. He just jabs one towards everyone. I don't care if you already got one. This is making sure that I know that you got one. As he's passing everyone out these tubes of Scroll of Featherfall. It's part of the protocol. You're going to take it whether you got 6 of them or not. I don't care. And I don't care if you're a cat and you can land on all of your feet. And he jams one towards you, having no idea of your previous past with Featherfall scrolls. Remember, this isn't going to get you up and out of that cave. Only this rigging will. He looks over at Alali and goes, you will run a line whether you like it or not.
Where are we going now?
Yes, you should.
Oh.
She lets out the biggest puff of air due to the chilly air. All right, she says, not complaining, but she is tired. This woman is exhausted.
We fought a dragon. We don't know that anything down there didn't hear that.
I
We
didn't say
need to get
anything.
moving before they leave. You didn't need to, Loluphia. We'll be married for a while now.
All right. Well, then what's the plan? What has everybody decided? She says, finally just kind of opening herself up to where this group can come in as a circle.
Well, Faroük and Myshkin think that this dragon and maybe more things down there were actually the accidental creations of whatever the Silent Gear or the Voshborg or both are working on. This arcane dragon seems to be the polar opposite of what the Silent Gear would ever want to be involved with, purely because of the inclusion of magic. So either
Alright.
it was accidental or purposeful from someone who doesn't quite believe in the creed.
What do you mean?
There's a possibility that the Silent Gear are being used by the Voshborg, maybe, as a means to an end. They are unparalleled in their mastery over technology, mechanics. Perhaps it is a tool the Voshborg are using to further their own ends.
So they're not
It is only
working together, like you had said. You think one is using the other.
perhaps one believes they are working together. It is only a working theory at the moment, but a real possibility.
Okay. Interesting. All right, well, I will follow whatever it is you all want to do.
Want has very little to do with it, but I think in terms of a direction, we are probably looking down.
Great.
This is what we came out here for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I am just very tired.
No, we can't restock our own innate arcane abilities, but make sure we all get a nice, good rest here. Your muscle's gonna need it on the way back up. Going down's the easy part. So,
All
as
right.
a party, you guys do have a choice whether you would like to set up camp up above.
Like where we are now in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Loluphia.
What?
What I can do with or without rest, but you are more arcanely gifted. Most of this group is. Do you all need a rest?
Even just a short one would be pretty nice.
Short one's mandatory.
Thank you, Farouk.
I will confess, I too am somewhat spent.
Let's rest.
Then it's settled then. Gilpa, do you have any food that we can make? Her stomach is very lightly grumbling.
Do I have food that we can make?
That's the answer I like.
All right. I'm gonna get the old Dutch oven out. Prepared
I
myself.
Dutch oven. She says, like, putting together like a little resting spot for her.
That's a very good question. I've always just kind of called it that. But it's not
I
a
wonder if
witch's
it's made by the
cauldron.
Italian dwarfs.
Italian dwarf. What have you been reading?
Sorry, I heard some adventurers talking about some forgotten path adventurers that they had listened to at some point. They make meatballs, I guess.
Meatballs? Why wouldn't they say? Well, more of a lasagna guy myself, but,
What is that?
well, I don't really know why we call it lasagna either. It's more of a... It's like a 7-layer cake, but with meat. And a hearty red sauce. Lots of tomatoes.
I want that when we go back.
I got a lot of tomatoes canned, so we can eat our hearts
has
out.
to make it.
I don't suppose if you have any more of that, cream that was iced.
Look there, because the only thing that's iced is the cream. Don't drink all of it. I need some of that for the coffee. Good morning.
Of course, I won't have much, just a little bit.
All right. As you feel strange about giving Man-Cat his cream.
Man-Cat!
T-shirt, give Man-Cat his cream.
Don't talk to Man-Cat before his cream.
He looks at you and he doesn't know whether to set it on the ground or give it to your hand.
Myshkin plucks this and just looks down the ground and,
I'm not an animal.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
It's
touching that one.
oh, I'm sorry. That was incredibly rude. He's very embarrassed. Okay, let me just get back. We don't have time for any of these vegetables. We're gonna do chili Colorado. That's what we're gonna do.
Whatever you make, I'm down with. I am going to, and she's been kind of putting together this little section where she has pushed away as much snow as possible with some air so that it's not wet, and like laid down some kind of blanket that they have like wrapped up, like insulated blanket. Just set it down next to a rock. I'm going to sit right here and rest my eyes. If you need me, don't. At least for a little bit.
Don't work too hard over there.
Ah, hush, Kilthud. Your voice is loud. She closes her eyes and she just kind of sits back and almost meditates, but she's resting.
Thud continues to take one of the sharp pieces of obsidian and cut that beef shoulder into small squares before he begins braising it in the small fire he's created for his Dutch oven.
Myshkin, I think, is going to just keep an eye on the horizon, sit there and look out, and kind of with the crater still in view, is just going to sit and just once again bring out his forearms, looking at the both of them. And does anything happen this close in proximity to where they were first, I guess for lack of a better word, made or ingested?
Say that to me again.
The black sort of spines that protrude from Myshkin's forearms, is anything happening to them this close to the crash site?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Keep clicking it, and it says, so let me just...
Like clicking the right one? It's not initiative that you're clicking, right?
No, just
Okay.
there we go. I'll just have to do it manually. There we go.
Doesn't look like anything is
No,
manifesting
18. Okay.
on your arm,
In which-
and it certainly doesn't feel like it's trying to take any more real estate on your body, so there's no cause for concern.
Okay. Myshkin, in that case, just covers up and continues to swipe his tail through the snow, much as one would run their fingers through warm summer grass. He's at home here.
Kallisto doesn't really do much this rest period. He just keeps an eye out, watches over the crater and the rest of the mountainside.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
"22.
Nothing seems to be of any disturbance on the horizon. It is largely a quiet, calm afternoon on the mountain. The only thing that may concern you is the timing of when you may be descending, going into late evening. But other than that, nothing seems to disturb you. Is there anything in particular that you want to investigate?
I think he's... I don't think he's investigating really anything. Actually, no, I think he'd be walking around the crater to see if there are any other pieces of evidence of... He's calling it living metal moving away out of the crater. Last time we saw like a tendril of metal that seems to have moved from the crater, and he's going to look for any more pieces that seem to have done the same.
Go for it.
What, so low today? 24.
The closer you get to the crater, the harder it is to spot these small nano machines and their desperate run from the crater. Nothing that catches your eye that's larger than the small frozen ones that you saw leading up to the crash site.
Yeah, I think he'll just keep kind of pacing around the circumference of this crater. Just keeping an eye out for the rest of the rest period.
Anyone else looking for anything while dinner is being prepared?
Hey, does Farouk do tarot readings? Well, entertainment while we wait.
I do, I think actually, Myshkin has a deck of cards.
Oh, he's about to tell me something negative about my marriage. That would be rich coming from Myshkin.
That is so funny.
At this point, we're just enemies. Every time we try to become friends.
I know
Wally
how to
would say
read
this from the
them.
ground with her eyes closed. She's smiling.
But all right.
I mean, you hang out with Chrissy enough. You can try, right? And she opens her eyes.
It's not
Farouk. It'd be fun.
You have to respect the cards. These things can be. As long as you do this in good faith.
Yeah, about faith. Remember, I don't quite have that.
Then why are you resorting for me to read the cards?
I think it'll be interesting.
They're not meant
Come
to
on,
be
it's a little
scoffed at.
fun, and
No,
what do you think
I'm
it's gonna
telling
be?
you, Loluphia, if you don't take this seriously,
I would take it very seriously. I don't know if I'll fully believe it. You're
that's-
telling me that every single person that ever has a reading believes everything that comes from it.
No, I'm asking you to.
Exactly, that's me. I'm a skeptic.
I don't like that word.
What would you prefer?
Critical thinker.
I like that word too. Actually, that's 2 words.
Is it?
But we'll go with that. Wait, yes. Trust me, I just counted 100 items earlier. I can count an extra 2.
Oh, God. Myshkin, do you have that harrow deck?
Where's
I
Myshkin?
can't hear you.
Is he asleep?
No,
Sorry, the wind. Sorry.
And Myshkin just turns around and,
Sorry, what was that?
it's hard to pull a Catman from his cream.
Stop.
No pulling required. Let me just come over.
Myshkin just walks over.
All this phrasing this is a time and a half.
This is what happens when you don't gather for a couple of weeks. There's a lot of. pent up-
Anyway, yeah, let's and she's coming out of her little short rest for some shenanigans that are mainly because Sam wants to have it done. Lolly probably would not go this route, but it already happened.
Myshkin pulls out from his deck, and you see that he does so delicately, casting his right mage hand as this scaled hand just reaches into his satchel and pulls out this very weather-beaten looking deck of cards. They're kind of uneven and kind of torn around the edges, and he just sort of looks from them to you and
I've never done someone else's reading before.
Do you read
Only
for
my own.
yourself?
When I'm lost, occasionally, I learned that, well, through my reading, the power in them.
Well, the echoes in this cave are wild.
Are they? Is it on my
I
end?
think they've gotten normal again.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Make sure you talk at me, because when you turn to the side, for some reason, the voices bounce differently.
That's okay. That's all right.
and so he crosses his paw just
So
Sort of randomly cutting you off.
Yeah, pause for a second. What's happening
Okay.
with your audio?
Yeah.
You like keep shifting microphones completely, and then it cuts you out completely. You're like 3 different Myshkins right now.
I've not done anything.
No. It's not a you thing. It's definitely
Okay.
something going on with tech.
It appears the cream is too strong.
Try leaving a call and joining again, just to
Yeah,
see if
I'll
I
do
turn off another thing.
Always works.
Hello.
Hi, Myshkin. I've been right here the whole time.
Oh, hello. Well, how's that echo doing now?
It comes and goes. Right now, you sound great.
Okay, lovely. Well, I don't know if this is the universe telling us. Maybe should.
Probably, actually.
I'll take over from here, Myshkin.
Oh.
Myshkin just sort of shuffles the deck in one hand
Probably for the best.
and pockets them before stepping back. But he does not step away. He steps back and just crosses his arms. He's interested.
Now, since we have had a handoff of the cards, Myshkin, I will need you to turn over the first card.
Very well.
As Myshkin will turn over the marriage card.
That makes it worse that you had Myshkin.
Myshkin immediately sees this, and you see him just sink a little bit, and
Oh no. Okay.
Lolly has no idea. What an odd photo. Almost looks like me and Kallisto. Kind of impressive.
Lolly, what is it that you seek?
I don't ever really seek much outside of... She looks kind of over at Kallisto before back at Farouk. A cure.
Cure.
Or Kallisto's memory loss and whatever's going on within him. I don't tend to seek much for myself.
So, you seek for answers in the health
Sure, we can go
of
with
your
that.
partner. Then we will ask the shields what they hold for us. Ollie, the card of marriage needs no preaching from me to you. You understand the unity of both your partners and your professional ones inside the wardens or your party. That union is built on trust and wielded with love and honor for another. We will begin.
She looks up at Kallisto really quickly. Where is he?
Oh God.
Unless you're looking
He's
at this.
walking around the crater. He doesn't know this is even happening. He's just like kind of like doing his rounds, basically.
You feel a shift in the wind.
with the sound effects.
It's so good. as Faroük deals out 9 new cards. First, we must look to your past, Loluphia.
All right.
As he flips over the first card,
I hate this.
the Lost. And then a second card, the Eclipse. And a third, the Dance. The Lost. Your past. Such emptiness. Loss of identity. But this is creepy. Nightmares. The unknown. Lolly. This void that you have. I cannot see it, but I feel it.
Well, why don't I feel it? I don't feel lost or I have a void.
It's done the opposite. It's whatever has happened in the past has given you clarity of mind and poise under duress. But it is all manifested from something that you have lost.
Okay.
There is an emptiness there that even I cannot see. Your strength, your resolve, it comes from somewhere unknown. Not even the cards can read it.
All right, what's the next card?
Even Faroük kind of shakes the bit of rust off and the apprehension from reading something
If you're
so
too
veiled.
nervous, you don't have to keep going.
No.
I think
Chrissy-
it's interesting.
He would be very disappointed. These represent the future. I'm sorry, the present. The sickness. The tangled briar. The wanderer. You sought for the health of Kallisto. The sickness in the top bar represents the exact opposite. It shows recovery from great health. Lolly,
Yeah.
it shows you the miracle that you performed on Kallisto's arm.
Well, that's good.
This is truly uncanny. cards have seen your deeds. Let us see to the future then. This is freaking wild!
This is entertaining.
Into your future.
Let's go.
The uprising. The survivor. And the avalanche. Sorry.
Hit me.
This will be of no surprise to the rest of us. But this represents something more powerful than all of us. An overwhelming strength. It would crush any other mortal that would come into contact with it. The crown signifies the overthrowing, the rebellion, the strength to do what is right in the front of those who do wrong. Whatever is in your future, Lolly, will not be the majority.
That's very big.
It will rely on your strength to stand up for what you believe in. To find the long-term health of your partnership and Kallisto's health. You will have to stand up to a force that feels far stronger than what you might be able to muster.
Oh. All right. Doesn't sound much different than what's already going on. Anything else?
Lolly,
Yes.
continue to believe in yourself and the divination. Look around us. This bonding between man and machine. It will drive this world mad. We live in a world that thinks it can build its way out of its problems. But it will not heal itself until it looks inside. There's nothing that can artifice one soul. Remember that.
I'll try. Give me a second. Ooh, she doesn't notice. It's up to y'all if you're looking at her
Intently.
to see that fleck in her eye. It's bright. Watching all of this doesn't diminish until the moment that Farouk finishes his last word. And it dims.
I'm rolling perception check. You tell me the
feel
DC.
free.
Ah, crap.
I was gonna give it a 24. Well, for her.
because she has to be able to feel it because she can't just see it. So I'll say it's a... Oh, well, not for you. I would say I'll say it's a 20 for y'all. So Farouk would notice it. And you're right there, right in front of her. Do you have a question?
I just thought I saw something very strange. That's all.
What? She looks behind her. Where's Myshkin at? Is Myshkin behind her?
Myshkin is stood kind of in between you, and he's just been looking from one to the other all the way through.
Is it the fact that Myshkin's finished the cream?
Is there something wrong with your eye?
No. Is there something wrong with my eye?
I could have swore I saw something dancing across it.
The golden freckle.
Ollie, what is that?
I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm gaslighting Myshkin like hell.
Myshkin,
That was a
like, games
20.
his game. Myshkin's just going to just nod.
Perhaps I was mistaken.
It was a reflection of light when I looked away. Thank you for the reading. That was lovely.
You're welcome.
That is so funny. I was going to give myself a 20, not 20 only. I said it in my head. I was like, okay, you're going to have to explain it. But I hit it. Oh, story's wild.
I look over to see if Kallisto is pissed off.
I think Kallisto doesn't seem pissed off. And to be frank, I don't think above game. I don't know if you would know if he was, because he is very good at hiding that kind of stuff. But at the very least,
Well, yeah, he wouldn't be looking like he'd be looking for the base like, oh god, is he watching me deal tarot cards to his partner?
yeah, no, he's I think he's coming back now. He's like, for this entire time, he's like kind of surveying the area around the crater, and he's coming back to join the rest of the group.
Do you see Farouk like looking in at her like?
I think
Come a
he
little
like,
closer.
No. Kilthud, is the food ready yet?
My god, I just got the shoulder brace. Can you give this chili Colorado at least another 20 minutes to marinate? I promise it'll taste a hell of a lot. It's not as tender as I want it, but it'll do.
I can wait another 20 minutes. She says, looking up, seeing Kallisto coming back in.
Ah. Good.
I know good food is always worth the wait.
Already starting to shred on its own, is it? It does. It smells pretty delicious, as it is just a wonderful mixture of spices and braised beef. Chili Colorado. Oh.
That's why we keep Kilthud around. He needs plot armor, please. He's gotta live. We just need his food. Rest of us expendable.
Exactly. Everyone else we can die, but Kallisto, they need to survive.
This is us, like, vicariously living through Kilthud's cooking until we can experience yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might as well just make him canon. He's Kelthud Barley. He's the 8th of my dwarven clan.
He's a barley?
Yeah, at this point, like, why even bother? Try to disguise the fact that I play 17 different versions of a homebody dwarf. So, and by the way,
That's
there's
why it just
another
makes
one
it
coming.
Easy for me.
Another one.
Another one.
Oh yeah,
Let's
I have a Bronson barley about to be in a campaign that I play in. I'm not even a DM.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome, though. Congrats. Man, that was a wild reading. Y'all don't even know. RoBear knows, but y'all don't even know.
I'm starting to gonna have to put my moon crystals out. I don't know. Apparently I'm one more step away from becoming Tony Soprano's crazy sister. I went from Uncle RoBear to crazy Aunt RoBear.
It works out. You as a DM, you're so good because you know stuff and you didn't say anything. I'm just like, ooh, this is juicy. This is so juicy.
There was a spy. Those first two cards are crazy. But we'll leave it at that.
Kallisto is walking up for a bit, laughing at Kalthad's and Loluphia's interaction, and then the excitement of Kalthad as he gets the extra 20 minutes he needs. And we'll look over to see Farouk, Loluphia, and Myshkin all kind of huddled around each other, and just kind of very openly is curious. There's no, I think he even sees the cards and there's no malice towards it. There's no real emotion towards it, just curiosity as he walks up beside Loluphia and just goes, what did I miss?
Nothing, just another 20 minutes until Gilthad's food is done.
Okay,
Yes.
I looked around the crater and there wasn't really much sign of any other activity. There were a few other shreds of the nanotech trying to crawl away from the crater. It looked, I guess from the shapes left in the snow, rather frantic. So I guess it's another thing we should keep an eye on. These things getting out of the crater doesn't seem to be going in a particular direction other than away. And I don't know if that's more or less worrying than a particular direction.
Well, either it means that they're just looking to get out, or that they're looking to escape something worse.
It was a good idea we did get this rest.
Yes. And it's given us a wonderful opportunity to share some truths. I'm gonna go see if Kilthad needs anything.
Farouk, okay?
What is Farouk trying to perceive?
Speechless. Farouk is pointing over towards Kaivar. That is not far from the slab where the dark heart was.
The Kaivar's just standing there?
No, he is rapidly
like
swinging
waving?
all four of his hands up. It's not there anymore.
The entirety of the arcane dragon or just this heart?
No, the artificed heart.
Ooh.
I will rush over and
Loluphia will walk over with haste behind.
would turn to speak to Kaiva, but remembers seeing the damaged voice box, and instead would just look around for any trails in the snow, for any signs of it moving away, similar to how the other tendrils have.
Motions and gestures to you as he skitters about 5 feet away and points down to the ground.
Underneath.
No, literally on top of the snow. And Kallisto, you see this final artifice piece fold over onto itself. and you look down at this creation. There's a pistol there.
Is it Kallisto's?
No. It's the manifestation of the dark heart itself. As it lays there, you can see the last bit of it artificing as it pulls back the hammer and pin. But instead of reloading, you see this see-through ethereal chamber where the bit of that heart still is as it beats. Once before it loads. And then what little of that nano machine was left is finished.
Wait a second. I think I have something. Actually, I'm gonna have to read for a minute, so y'all go ahead.
Kallisto approaches and sees this happen as it was once a half flesh, half machine heart becomes a pistol. And he crouches down in the snow in front of it and reaches into his bag, his satchel at his side, and pulls out a pair of gloves. Just simple leather gloves. I imagine Myshkin and Faroük might have seen him wear these, but Loluphia definitely has. It's what he wears when he's doing maintenance on his gun to make sure there's no grease or sweat left in places where it really shouldn't be. When it comes to guns, rust is a gun's worst enemy, so you have to be careful with how you handle it. And uses those and puts those gloves on, and doesn't even pick it up, but kind of turns the gun over in the snow to get a better look at every side of this pistol that just created itself. Can I gauge what kind of model or build, does it seem like it mimicked a dwarven model, like an elven? Can I tell what it's trying to mimic?
It is unlike any creation you have ever seen. It is a biological chamber with an unknown origin pistol rifling and handle. It is very alien.
You see him just hum a little under his breath in surprise. You can tell he's very cautious about this thing. It's very obvious to see what it had done to the arcane dragon, what it tried to do, or at least its kin tried to do to Myshkin.
If anything, it is draconic in nature in its styling.
He pulls out from his satchel a carrying case. And again, I think it's the first time anyone except Loluphia has seen this, but this is what he usually carries his pistols in if he ever needs to go in, if he's ever walking in wet climates. It's a waterproof firearm carrying case. Truly just imagine a tiny briefcase just for pistols. And again, with his gloved hand, he'll pick it up and place it in this case and close it and seal it. This is something I think my mother would need to take a look at. I don't trust it being out here for too long.
Looks like
Thank you,
they'll work
Kaiba.
cut out for us.
Yes. I'll be honest, it's a little bit worrying. It seems like a very targeted form to take.
Do you
It should be okay.
investigate any further on it?
I'll try and look over and if I can understand, like if there's any carvings or runes in it. If it seems biological, I don't know how much I would be able to glean from it, but I would try and understand as much about this organic pistol as I can.
You pick it up with the cloth. You can tell that it is cocked and loaded. You saw that heart beat as it charged itself. Staring at that bit of dark heart inside the chamber, suspended. You try to fire it.
Oh, well, that's risky. I think even he, like, as much as this is a clearly a very interesting and a very least beautiful gun, he knows what these things have done. Oh, it's a tough. Okay.
Do it.
Drak want to do it, but I don't think Kallisto does. I think he's very much in like business warden. He's a competent warden who's dealt with cursed and magical items before. So no, I don't think he fires it. I think he
What's
puts it
that
into
cloth made of?
Actually, I don't know. I think it just. I imagine it's like a proper cloth, like material. I don't think it's anything magical. I think it's something that he uses to like wipe off and dry gun components whenever he's doing maintenance on it to prevent rust.
Then please give me a will saving throw.
Okay. Okay, I have a question. Oh. I think I have a bonus one. Is this going to be a thing that's trying to control me? Is this a saving throw that's about control? Because I have an ability that helps me when it's a saving throw against controlling my mind. Okay. Okay, so okay, cool. It just basically means I can, if I fail this, I can try again, is the ability.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh boy. I am going to use some I'm going to use some cards if you don't mind. Everyone.
Absolutely.
I am very good with a gun, and if this thing's going to control me, not to brag, but I think you're all fucked if I have to shoot any of you with this.
With your history of damage, 100%.
Yeah. Party end. Okay. I'm going to use a D10. I'm going to use a D10 to add a +3. I've played it from the party hand.
Okay.
Okay. 37.
You feel this raw emotion that's tied to this weapon that was artificed before your eyes. There is great pain inside this chamber. But oh, does it yearn for someone who feels the same way behind its trigger. And there's a bit of harmony that's there. And for a weird second, you have an understanding with this pistol. It does not influence you to do anything. But you understand what it desires. On a regular shot, this pistol does the same 2d6 damage that your clan pistol does. However, the Dark Heart fires a bolt of void energy behind it, dealing 2d8 void to all creatures in a 60-foot line. A DC reflex save right now of 24, but will scale with your character. Creatures who are critically fail on the saving throw also take 1d6 persistent void damage, which also scales.
Boy.
However, this recharges on a 5 or a 6. But in times of great pain and anguish, will recharge on a 3, 4, or on a 4, 5, 6. So it's a 50-50. I will drag the Dark Heart into your initiative, or into your inventory.
Oh boy. Okay. What you see as Kallisto handles this sea gloves and the cloth, I think his body very noticeably stiffens, and his eyes widen, almost like he's seen something play out in front of him. And with I can't say composure, because I think the composure he displays is only seems composed if you know what he just experienced. To anyone else, it would still seem like panic. But with incredible composure for what he just experienced, he quickly puts this gun into the carrying case and shuts it closed. And you see him put the lock on and spin the dials that keep the case closed and keeps it in there. And he looks down at it, staring at it and breathing heavy. Okay, no, we definitely can't keep that out here for just anyone to find.
Are you going to use it?
I have no intention to, at least not until I understand what exactly this is. And if after understanding it, it seems like a thing I still don't want to use, I'll find a way to destroy it, because I don't think anyone should have their hands. At least right now.
Okay.
I would also hesitate to trust anything spawned from either the Voshborg or the Silent Gear.
Yes.
That's a good point.
I've never been one to understand magic, but this is at the very least more than just machinery. And that's enough for me to be wary.
Did Farouk stay back?
Oh, he walked
know.
up with Kaivar. He's been watching this
Okay.
whole thing go down.
That's what I thought.
You see the case again. Lolufia's seen him use his case often. He uses it to keep his pistols in when they're exploring more wet climates. So this is airtight, watertight, and he just straps that to his side, the case.
All right. Well, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So we think about this later and enjoy some food.
Sounds good to me.
Myshkin's
Are you
eyes
all
just
got
flick
crazy?
to-
No, I'm hungry.
That thing just turned itself into a weapon.
Yes. And we're not going to leave the weapon out here.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. That's just scratching the surface. Don't you understand? That place was full of those machines. Oh, God. Farouk drops down to his knees.
Farouk, are you okay? And Loluphia, her nature to heal and help kicks in. She runs over to him. What's the matter? Are you hurt? Are you alright? Are you lightheaded?
Sorry.
Yes.
What if that dragon that we fought the day that we all met, what if that was somebody? What if that just wasn't machine?
And I roll. Kallisto kind of broke apart at least some of that dragon. Can I remember anything being distinctly biological?
On the
So that's how I got the weightless oil that I used later on. I pulled apart and got some from the dragon we fought.
it was like there was bones. It was a manifestation of a ton of magic with a handful of old bones, and there had been a bit of machine that had combined with it. So that heart being some sort of magically what's the proper word for this? Reconstitution?
I would settle up beside Loluphia and I think whisper it honestly to her rather than say out loud. But we'll just say there were some structures in that dragon that I didn't recognize. It just assumes there were materials or foundations, different build style. But it could have easily been bone. Maybe coated in metal, but not impossible.
Myshkin, upon hearing Farouk, his first thought is of his friend Brudar, and he pushes this to one side, and how his friend is missing. And it might be a possibility. One I had not considered, but possibly. When I caught up with one of the Silent Gear's agents several months ago, I questioned him for some time. That's how I was able to find out most of what I know about the Silent Gear. But I know that something that all of their members aspire to is an ascension from flesh, a ritual they refer to as the Turning. They strip flesh from themselves, layer by layer by layer over their time in the organization. Only when they're deemed ready do they ascend to something greater than flesh.
Do you think this is similar to whenever we fought that evening in the courtyard and the bodies that we went to check weren't actually bodies at all?
Very possibly. I knew Stormforge was a city of automation, machinery. I thought nothing of it, but I had not considered that the subjects might be unwilling.
That's probably why they're going. There's a lot of people going missing. There's a lot from. She looks down at Farouk. Of those in the upper city going missing.
So it is not simply a matter of their own people wishing a future free of limitations and of flesh, but of others joining their zealotry.
It feels so.
If that is the case, I am sorry, but we will find them. I promise you.
You can't promise that.
She's right. But we can promise them justice.
And we can promise them. We can promise to bring them home, if nothing else.
We can promise to try.
these things are manifesting themselves out of great mistakes like the one laid before us, imagine when they come with intent and intelligent design. We're going to have to fight fire with fire. We start poking our noses even further. These kinds of things are going to be used against us. When we descend into that crater, no stone unturned.
No stone unturned.
Ollie reaches her hand down to help Farouk up to his feet.
Thank you.
Of course. No stone unturned.
Myshkin,
Yes, friend.
I don't know how to ask this. What I just witnessed before my eyes, I have to. Do you feel complete?
What does that mean?
As he points to his arm.
I feel violated. But if you're asking me if I will use the tools of the enemy against them,
Asking you if you feel that it's done.
truth be told, I don't know. All I know is that these are the tools of those who killed my mothers.
You're sure of that?
They're at least wielded by the same hands. One silent gear is indistinguishable from another. They're all worthy of the same fate. I came here to prevent what happened to my family and my village from happening anywhere else. Yes, it was born out of vengeance, and it still is. But
That's
I don't
honorable.
want... Not always.
No.
But when it comes to preventing harm to any other family, like yours, Farouk, or yours, Kallisto, and Loluphia, if you're asking me if I will accept this change within me, and he brings up his forearm, there are no lengths I will not go to avenge or protect the ones I care for, the
he glances around at each of you.
Love. Even if it's not always reciprocal.
As long as you don't keep spitting some fireballs at me from behind.
That I can't promise.
I just.
I know.
Thank you.
I know.
The longer we wait, the longer whatever down there has time to prepare for us or move.
Agreed. Let's find some answers.
Third, do you think you can make that to go?
Oh, it just finished. Can we please? I know the gun is freaky, but he's got it in a case. Can we?
We can have a quick. No dilly-dallying, she says, moving.
Oh, don't say
forward.
dilly. I've been thinking about a dilly bar the whole time I've been out here. It's the cold.
You have an issue, she says, taking out whatever makeshift plates that they have.
Just because I respect the finer things in life. You would be a cold, empty stomach without me.
This is true, and I am grateful for that.
Good. Here. And I would
All right,
imagine
everybody.
he's got like some serious like Warden Stanley grade thermoses
Get out
for
of here.
just this occasion where he's like,
Yeah.
you're getting a hot meal whether you're eating it, carabining down the side of a crater.
Or it's a meat smoothie.
It's got like a massive industrial spork on the side of it. So you can literally just be like, blade on, eating chili Colorado, descending down into this thing.
Nah, Lolly would have helped divvy it out so that they could eat quickly. All right, eat up. Enjoy. It's delicious, she says, taking a bite, and it's that perfect bit of warmth. All those spices and flavors hitting the tongue, and it's like giving that twinge of like, ooh, you know. Sam does always a little happy dance when I get that first bite of good food. You see Lolly do like a little shimmy.
Three hot meals a day.
Oh yeah, Lolly loves food. If there's anything she's a sucker for in the end of the day. That's why V's her favorite mother-in-law. Don't tell her.
Oh, wow.
They just forge different amazing things. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that you guys have like the most adorable dwarven easy bake oven that forges little anvil and hammer like sugar cookies.
100%.
Is Viva playing with it? He's learning
Yeah.
with Grandma.
Easy bake forge. By the way, how's that not exist? We could all retire on this. This is our new product. Whiz
That's
kids,
ours. You can't take it.
Whiz kids, don't you dare take our dwarven easy bake oven.
We'll turn you into a half machine, half human arcane dragon. Anyway, yeah, Lolly would eat everything on her makeshift plate.
Yeah.
Clean. And then as everybody's done, she would form a little bit of water from some mist in her hands and clean it all up for Kilthud.
As you guys get your meal in, pack up camp. Get your ropes and cables ready.
All 100.
All 100 feet on each length. Featherfall spells in hand. All right, one last count. Who here needs the ability to see in the dark?
Not I.
I think we have a solid party that all has dark vision.
I think we do.
At this point, D&D, everybody has dark vision. Let's just just assume the
And if they
one poor
don't,
human
they
in the
can get it real
party
easy.
flips the goggles over. Like, okay,
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. If not, Lolly can cast light. Wow.
look like Sam Fisher's Splinter Cell. Kelthud goes around making sure to secure all these long spikes into the rock and ice. All right. Everyone keep your eyes open. Carabiner on.
Molly helps out Kyvar. Just like last time.
I think honestly, Kallisto will help out Myshkin.
Myshkin gives you a little bit of side eye, but just nods and starts shimmying down.
He's got to father somebody, okay? Ziva's not around right now.
Understandable, and I suppose I'm the only one with a tail.
As he's just climbing down.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
My boy.
So, as I want to preserve a good chunk of this descent for Bife when he gets back next week, I will leave with one final scene because we're going to have to start making checks as we descend down.
Okay.
As Kyvar makes his descent, as he is very much like the bubble boy, like double straps around, like he's kind of an amalgamation, as it's an odd body form that the wardens don't exactly have proper equipment for. It's like two vests and an
lineup?
X.
I'm assuming Kilthud and Myshkin are at the front again.
Everybody has their own line. We're going down like Battletoads.
Oh.
Side by side.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, we're all going down side by side into this crater.
That's cool. That's scary. Good luck, everybody.
I'm so excited for verticality.
Yeah, me too. I don't have a fear of that, but everybody else.
I have the rules for falling damage up as well.
Kyvar's going to make that first bit of descent. And much like a child that Angel repels for the first time, where you go over the edge face first, it catches him and it kind of makes him feel like the cow that's being lowered into the raptor pit in Jurassic Park. He's just kind of hanging there, hasn't got himself, his feet positioned, like the rest of us going down traditional style with our feet backwards.
And Molly use a bit of air to like keep kind of pushing him to where he needs to be.
You kind of push him to the edge as he kind of swings over. And as he swings and gets close to this shelf, his eyes meet with a small nano machine that begins crawling towards him. And as he's hanging there, blowing close to this machine, it leaps towards his chest.
Are we seeing this?
No, this is just him against the rocks right now, and he can't speak. And it collides with his voice box, and it begins to artifice. And that is where we will pick up.
What the fuck?
I don't like that. Don't do that. What are you doing?
Interesting. Oh no.
That's mean, RoBear.
No, it's the fun mechanic of repairing the broken voice box.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. First the gun, now this. Okay.
Mean.
I don't know why, but part of me was like, one day I'm gonna come against something that's trying to control me. I'm gonna take every feat that helps me combat that, and thank goodness I did.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I want to go in this game. Oh.
Does that mean we're just not going to be able to trust a goddamn thing that Bife says next session?
It's just every single time it's the nanotech speaking for him.
Well,
it's you know that Bife would make it so reasonable and so smooth, you'd be like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean, you don't have to make will saves, and you would have an entire arm that's artificed.
That is true. That is true. So it might be a good thing. It might be a dormant thing, actually.
He picked up a pistol that is chambered with the dead artificed heart of this void dragon.
Yeah.
Machine just is a conduit, man. What are you talking about? No pre-programming. Or is there?
I mean, there's definitely some pre-programming. There's definitely some things going on there that I didn't put in there.
I just want everybody else to get tarot readings now.
Oh my god!
He doesn't know that there was a tarot reading, or what the tarot reading said. He knows there was a tarot reading. He doesn't know what he said.
This is the thing. The moment one player has a tarot reading, suddenly all the other players are like,
I'm pushing it back as far as I can, honestly. I think, like Kaivar's book is almost a tarot reading to an extent, only just specifically your past. And even I was like, there's gonna be a time where this happens, but I think right now it's not. Kallisto wouldn't be into it right now.
My pass card. Ooh, my pass card. I looked at RoBear and I was just like, interesting.
I know some of your backstory, but I don't know if I know all of it.
Dude, it was your reading was
That's
wild.
A smile that says you do not.
They were all.
I mean, I'm aware I don't know all of it.
They were all misaligned. You had no. So when you do the reading, you do partial alignments, misalignments, and full alignments, and you had all misaligned in the positive column, which is crazy. That was.
What does that mean?
Normally, somebody gets a match, and it's a direct match. So, like you got the card that was the sickness. When you get it and it's misaligned, when it's in the top row, that is a positive outcome. So it registered was like in the present. It was the miracle of you.
That was so interesting.
You know, manifesting that your divination and healing your Kallisto. You get the sickness in the bottom level. It's we see things getting worse. Or in the middle that's neutral to chaotic, but yours were all like epic outcome in the top row. It was. And yeah, we could talk about them. Someday we'll get to talk about the first card.
It's time. You get bits and pieces all the time. You just may not know it.
Well, I will tell you what, you got one person that wants to know that couldn't read it through the cards. Now he's gonna be very curious what the cosmos is trying to shield from him.
I got that 20. That was so funny.
Fitting. So fitting.
And the fact that Myshkin was like, yeah, no. I'm not gonna say anything. Who argues that?
Well, if you're not gonna say anything, it's not my place to say anything. It's not my place. It's not my place.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I saw it too. Saw what? You told me. No, I didn't. I don't talk to you. I hate you, Myshkin.
Okay, I'll just go back to role playing father and son with Kallisto.
You keep hurting my family. Why would I tell you anything?
To go containers for Kalthud.
I love that Kalthud is so bougie. He's a bougie camper. He's making YouTube videos on the side.
to showcase
Oh my-
all of his cool
oh my
stuff. He has
God.
sponsorships.
He's Warden Dad.
He's
What can you
vlogging.
say?
He likes to glamp. I think Kilford's
Yeah,
into
for sure.
glamping.
Yeah, it was giving glamping vibes. Yeah.
He's like, he can
Yeah.
get down
Oh.
and dirty. He's great at it, but
but if you have the
man's
time,
like
might as
some
well.
nice stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes to get down and dirty for the Insta, and then as soon as the photos are taken, he's like, right, I'm gonna go to my shower now.
I get some food now.
Give the man cat his cream.
Oh my god.
No. Don't talk to Mancat before his cream.
Yeah.
But
We
when
need that on a
Mancat's had his
shirt.
cream, Mancat is happy.
When Manco has his cream, he is purring. Yeah.
When Mancat has been well and truly creamed.
No!
Meow.
Oh God, I love you
when
guys.
you give the man cat his cream, that pussy's purring.
You just gotta pull him a little bit.
Meow indeed.
So,
Just save some for the
what is
coffee.
this? Oh my god.
Before we dig a hole deeper than the crater that we're about to go into,
How long have you been working on
Oh
that?
my god.
Like,
RoBear, pull that up on
This-
stream.
everyone have.
What even is this? This is awful. I hate this so much.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Meowy
Horrified.
Christmas.
This is my
What happens when he's actually a reptile,
sleep
though?
paralysis.
It's not Mancat anymore.
Then he doesn't need to be creamed.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm out of here. I just looked and saw
Bye.
it. Bye. Love you all.
Have a Merry
My
Christmas, everyone.
goodness.
What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here. Episode 28 of Stormforge. We're back, baby.
Sorry, Drak waved and nobody.
I keep forgetting. It's just on instinct. I'm like, hi. Oh, no one can see me. Well, I'm waving at my
It
friend
was so
Sam,
cute.
Robe, and
I was
Ed.
like, oh, wait. That's for us.
It warmed all of us.
That's right, folks. You can't see him, but we can.
Heart grew 3 sizes that day.
They can hear my wave. It's fine.
What would that sound like?
Like
Hey. That's wind. It's not a wave.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's
I'm
good
not
to be
saying
back.
Drak's the avatar, but
Big
Well,
ol'
you never
something.
seen me and Avatar in the same room, so I really think about
true.
that.
That clap back. I love it. We are almost all back together as our lovely friend Bife is still resting his voice from whatever hag he encountered that cursed him several weeks ago. So